What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go over price action and my two trades that I took on Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. So today was supposed to be a low resistance day. I expected today to be high probability. However, it really turned out to be one of the lowest probability days I have traded this month. So far, mostly break even on the month, but we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to be fully transparent here. Break even on the month, down 1.5 R on the week. So obviously trading hasn't been the best. We took one win on Monday, one more loss on Tuesday, and now two losses on Wednesday. So without that, let's just get into it. First things first, let's go over what I posted in the Discord. So if you're not in the free Gaddy's Discord, I post in there occasionally about what I'm looking at in the markets. So if you go down to my channel here, I literally just ran a giveaway. I gave away 150k reserve Blue Guardian count. I'm thinking about doing them more often. If you guys want to see that, or like this video, if you want to continue seeing that. But this is what I posted last night. So I said we might have a possible Thursday low week on our hands. It's likely that CPI or any high impact news is the catalyst for manipulation or will expand in the given direction. So that's why I posted yesterday, right? So this is right at the close of Tuesday, right? We had us running out Monday's low, we below the weekly opening price, right? Creating a possible low week, right? We run through previous day's low, which is Monday's low, below mid-weekly open. That is the criteria for a low week. So this is the lowest point that we've been in the week, and it's a strong low, right? Why? Because we swept out previous day's low and we closed back above into the range. So this tells me that price is likely to trade back inside the range and maybe even come out and take Monday's high, which is what ends up happening, right? So as you can see, I alerted this in the morning. So this was 9:14, right before market open, right? The low that I lined out was perfectly correct. We had manipulation below midnight opening price, which I will show you on the 15-minute chart later. As you can see, this is all below the weekly open, right? This is the low of the week, right? Monday, Tuesday, right? Tuesday is likely to form the low, right? Once again, sweep below previous day's low, which is also Monday's low, and we get closure above the series of down close candles that made the low, and we expand higher, right? CPI expands higher. Everything is what I called out on the dot, right? I literally said Tuesday low week, CPI is probably going to expand higher if that happens. And as you can see here, midnight opening price, right? This is the 15-minute chart here. And as you can see, we open low, create a very significant low, series of down close candles, close above through it, and we expand high, right? So, and then these were the two trades I took today, but let's just go over to the charts and kind of show it through everything. So that's, as you can see, that's why I called out beforehand. All of this is done live, right? I'm not cherry picking anything. I'm not changing things up. I'm literally posting my plan. My plan fails, obviously there's proof of that. If my plan works, then obviously there's proof of that as well. So Monday's low, we run it out, right? So we initially have a Monday high week, right, that we could have traded through, that we traded through on Tuesday, right? If you remember, on Tuesday I was looking for higher prices through this change in state delivery through a possible Tuesday's low, but as you know, we invalidated that idea on Tuesday. If you didn't see that video, go back and watch it. But we invalidated that idea, so once again we're looking at this Monday high, right, as a protected high a week to where we can trade through it and then trade away from it, right? So we don't think we're going to come back to this high. Wednesday we could come in, well, Tuesday, after all these bullish ideas gets invalidated, we have the bearish bias, right, and we trade to the lower, right? And obviously you saw how yesterday played out, my ideas played out. However, I cannot capitalize on my idea being correct with any winning trades today. However, or yesterday on Tuesday, right, we displayed below Monday's low once again, and we get the closure above the series of, or in this case, one opposing candle, right? So signifying that this low is likely to be protected, and this could be low week, right? And then we have that expansion, right, which is what I outlined in my plan. Now overall trades, right, so obviously we have a midnight power 3 and we have a daily weekly power 3. So we have both an intraday and a daily bias. So right off the rip, we can trade 930 Judas, right? 930 gives us that displacement lower, right? This is what I take my first trade off of the order block, right? I market order this, get stopped out, right? That's perfectly fine. I didn't take the second trade, even though I haven't marked out, just because overall it was kind of a large stop loss, right? I didn't really like the stop loss size. I always like having my stop loss at the lows, and obviously this is not a good stop loss. Also, I wasn't really paying attention during this time, so I didn't catch this. And obviously, also didn't really like how the CISD formed, right? This is a very clean CISD. This is messy, right? 4 candles down. Takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles to close back through, right? This candle is 1 down close candle, 2 up close candles. It was also a very strong close. So I did not like the setup. Next setup was at 10 o'clock. So this is pairing 9:30 Judas swing with a 10 o'clock 4-hour power 3 idea. So we're pairing 2 key opens together. I take this, right? This is really, really sad what happens. Put my stop at this low, right? And then I'm looking for 1.5R. Usually I like 2R. However, today was pretty slow. So I was like, I'm going to take my 1.5 and get out. As you can see, I'm like 1 point away from my take profit, and Trump speaks and bang, the market shoots straight down, right? So very unfortunate. Rest of the day kind of chops, right? As you can see, the rest of the day choppy, right? PM session also very, very choppy. So what am I looking for tomorrow? Well, first things first, I want to see our reaction off of this Monday high, right? We're kind of consolidating around it, so there's really no reaction. However, I could definitely see us breaking lower. Maybe this week will be more of a consolidation because, you know, this entire week has been kind of consolidating, or we expand higher through this high, right? We expand higher through this high, and then we can trade Thursday, Friday as a possible reversal, right? But so far, my current plan is I'm still treating this as a low week unless, you know, we see some reaction off of this high, right? And we get a closure below the series of closed candles here. If we get closure below there, I'll look to shift bears, right? So other than that, that's basically everything that I have for today. Not the best day, obviously, but I think I followed my plan to a really good T. Today should have been a very high probability day, given that we had high impact news. We had a very nice framework coming into the morning session, and yeah, so just kind of sad that AM session developed the way it did, but obviously there's nothing we can do about that. Risk management always comes first, right? No matter what you're trading, what model you're trading, risk management always comes first, because a day like this, no matter if you're long or short in this AM session, right, it's very hard for you to capture any profit, right? So this is where risk management really comes in. So today, definitely a very good lesson on risk management, on how risk management will save you no matter what kind of model you trade. And yeah, and that's all I have to really talk about for today. Once again, my model is really simple, not much to talk about every single day. It's the way I like it, but hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your trading week, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.